Hey everybody, it's Cam. Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk some more stocks. So in this video we're going to go over Bitcoin and crypto plays. So we're going to be talking about Riot, Mara, Canaan Inc CAN, SOS Limited, and Ebang International EBON. So first we're just going to look at Bitcoin's chart. So we were selling off here. This is a daily chart. So we were selling off at the beginning of the week, and then on Friday when markets recovered at the end of the day, S&P moved up close to its highs. Bitcoin followed the market higher, right? So it's been pretty tightly correlated to the stock market here recently. And then over the weekend, right, we pushed back up. So when we sold off, we basically retested the 50K level, moved back into this consolidation from the end of February and March, and then now we pushed back up to 56.5K and kind of sitting around right there. We do have the last 2 weeks above acting as resistance moving forward. Let's see if we can check out the hourly here if it loads pretty quick. 1,000. Okay. Come on. Well, anyways, let's go jump over to the Riot. Our hurricane popped up. So you can see here we basically made that move up here quick Saturday morning, and then we basically been consolidating here between 56 and 55. Not a ton of movement here, but here the last 3 hours kind of selling off. We'll look to see if the 55.2 area acts as a double bottom to support and move higher going into the open tomorrow. And as stock futures open here in 3.5 hours, could get a pop too off of that movement. So now let's go look at Riot. So Riot here, fib levels from 79.5 to its low at 50 cents. Let's jump to the weekly first. Alright, so pretty explosive move here, basically since November timeframe when Bitcoin took off. So here basically consolidated. First week of February, second week of February, took off like a rocket when Bitcoin shot up past 50K, got us all the way up to 79.5, pulled back to the 9 EMA, about the 50, pushed us back up to 78.6. Sellers came in at 78.6 level, sold us back to the 50. Buyers came in, protected that 50 again, and tried to get us close to that 61.8 fib level, right? So you can see here, just in terms of volume, the top's obviously less than the bottom. So we had many days here, between $0 and $5, but we do have considerable volume here at the $55 mark, and volume drops off below this $40 area that the buyers have been protecting. So if we look at the daily chart here, right, you see kind of the wave down, push back up, wave down, similar to the cannabis stocks in the video that I put out before this. But we'll see here on the 5th, which was actually the low day for the cannabis stocks too. Get the hammer candle. Buyers came in, protected that 50 EMA. Next day, inside bar play, right, broke over the top, pushed us up back higher. Got some indecision here about the $65 area, right? So we had 1, 2, 3, 4 days where we touched the 65. No day closed above it. So we sell off, and then Thursday, right, so pretty solid green candle. Look at the volume. A lot of buyers came in, pushed us back from the 50% all the way to 61.8. Friday, smaller relatively movement day, did poke up higher, but still sold off below the 61.8. So look to see if this 50 day moving average will act as support if we get some movement up from Bitcoin. If not, Bitcoin could sell off back to the 50. Look for the buyers to hold that level going forward. And we'll look at Mara, Marathon Group, and chart obviously very similar to Riot. We'll check out the weekly here first. You can throw a fib on it as well. Right, so very similar to Riot, made the move up. Consolidated into January. First week of February, second week, gap up higher, take off, pull back basically to the 50 on the 9 EMA again, pushes back up, almost got a better retest, right? So Riot was more sold off right at the 78.6. Here we get basically into the middle, but couldn't get above that $45 area. Pushes us back down to 61.8. Buyers come in, held that level, and then we close here kind of between the 78 and 61 area, no man's land right now. Less volume here where we've been the last month, a lot of consolidated volume here in the low 20s. So if you go to the daily here, see the chart very similar to RIOT again, but kind of more staying upward, less violent volatile swing or drops lower to swings, but still fifth hammer candle inside bar play pushed us up. Thursday buyers came in, protected the 61.8 and the 50, and then Friday we got a better day than RIOT. Green candle pushes up higher, so look to see if we can go take out these 9 and 22 EMAs consolidating above right about that $38 area. And you see we do have a little bit of increased volume in that $38 area, so if buyers can come in, we get a higher volume day here, push us right up through that. And then we'll go to Canaan Inc. So I'll just remove this one, jump back out to the weekly. Man, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know why it's going so slow. Let me see. Memory's not terrible. So here, chart fib. I'll probably adjust that one now. Go 39.1. Alright, so get that push up. Similar consolidation here. But this time, instead of being like with RIOT and Mara in February, this is here at the beginning of March. So we get that explosive move up, 39.1. Last 2 weeks, pretty significant sell-off. Sold us all the way back down to 38.2 retracement level. Buyers came in, held that level, but weren't able to push us up back above the 9 EMA. So if we jump to the daily now, right, you can see pretty significant downturn in the last 2 weeks. Buyers here on Thursday trying to come in, do have a lot of consolidation prior on the front side of this move here, around 16 bucks, and it looks like that's basically where the buyers held up. 15.6 got to the lows in there, but pushes up higher back to this 50 EMA, and then Friday had a little bit higher gap open, and then sold us off. Buyers again once protected that $16 area, so it looks like the 50-day EMA right now is going to act as overhead resistance. You also see the 9s curling down pretty significantly on this drop. So if we do get some positive movement out of Bitcoin going into the open tomorrow, if we can get above that 50, the next target would be to move up to this 9 downtrending EMA line. And then next we'll look at SOS Limited. Zoom out to the weekly. Here you see pretty significant curl through January. Right, it made its move in middle of February, pulled us back all the way down to 23.6, and then we've been riding this 9 EMA up. Right, so pretty significant wicks on these candles the last 3 weeks. Right, so pretty indecisive on the day, but rapid, pretty rapid range change. From here, 9 back down to $5. So what? That's like 80% move. And then here this last week, right? So we sold off most of the week. Buyers came in into the week, got us to close above the 9 EMA, which is a good sign, but we're still below that 38.2. And as you can see here with the volume, we've got a huge concentration of volume around $7. So we're going to need a lot of volume to break through that level this upcoming week. Jump out to the daily. You can see here, let's with the weekly, you have the big wicks here. Just looks like on daily they have quite a bit more consolidation in this range. Between the $5 and $9 area, you could say potentially have a double top here. Approaching around $9. We wicked through 9, but really we haven't been able to close above this 50 fib level at 8.2. So sellers, have been really protecting the $9 area or above 8.2 at least. And you see here pretty similar chart to the other stocks on Thursday. Big green candle. Friday, kind of an indecisive day here. Right, gapped up a little bit higher, sold off, held that 50-day EMA, and we pushed higher. So we'll look to see if that 50 EMA will hold for Monday as well. And then here lastly, we'll look at EBON. Ebang International. Zoom back out to the weekly. Alright, so it hasn't been around for a significant amount of time, back in July, and unlike the others on the move, we weren't able to make new highs with EBON. They put out a lot of PR about their new crypto market exchange too, as well. But you see here, pretty volatile range here. So we go from 5.5 up to 11 in a week, then we get up to 12.71, and then the next week we're back down into the sixes, right? So we'll jump to the daily now. All right, so you see here in the daily, we had made that same move up with SOS. So the middle of February, sold us off. Then as CAN started picking up at the beginning of March, it followed it back up. Tried to retest the highs, couldn't get through it. Or I should say recent high from that February time, not the long-term high from July. But 78.6 fib, we got wicked 1, 2, 3, couldn't get above it. Right, really consolidated around that 61.8. Then we get the tightening up. All right, inside bar play, gap down, sell off. So the gap down sold us all the way back here to the 200 EMA. Buyers came in looking to support that level. Right, we do have a lot of consolidation down there, in the sixes as well. And then Friday we get this kind of a doji candle here. Right, so we gapped up a little bit. Right, pushed the high. Sellers came in at the 38.2 fib, pushed us back down, and we close, just above that 50 EMA. So just like the other charts, we're looking for this 50 EMA to hold going in tomorrow with a move from Bitcoin into the open. So that's what I got for you guys on crypto plays. We'll just look to see if stock market indices, if they set new all-time highs this week, see if Bitcoin will rally on that, and that could push these stocks up higher. So let me know in the comments which of these stocks is your favorite, which one you think has most long-term potential, and if you have any other crypto stocks you're looking at, please let me know. And as always, I'll get back to you guys in the comments as quickly as I can, and we'll see you in the next one.